I actually met a guy who finished the Red Mile. He lost an eye. It's tough living here, but you can live on your own terms.
Well, hey there.
You've got potential. Just need to see a little more from you. Oh, you're back. How'd it go? Good. You did what I asked, so let's go meet the marshal. Follow me. We're headquartered in the upper floors of the Rock, but we also have remote stations throughout Freestar Collective space. Helps us to identify and respond to threats more quickly.
Not everyone gets
Like
to
I
say
said
they
before,
were.
there are less than a dozen rangers in all, and we operate with limited resources.
Gravity is a harsh mistress. Here, even more so.
This job, your eyes, ears, and wits are every bit as important as your badge and your sidearm. Marshal.
Emma! I take it you're here because you're satisfied that our new recruit can handle the job.
Seems capable enough, and we could use the help.
All right then. Step forward, recruit. Let me have a word with you. I've got just one question. Do you pledge to defend the people of the Freestar Collective, even if it means risking your own life? Good. Here, take these. You're now a Freestar Ranger deputy. I'm assigning you to Ranger Wilcox for some field training. Welcome aboard, deputy.
Congratulations. The Rangers ain't a bad outfit, and they're lucky to have you.
Wish we could throw you a welcome party, but there's work to do. We got word from a farmer on Montera Luna. She says someone's trying to take her farm, and she's afraid she might be in danger. Well, most things do at the start. Doesn't mean they stay that way. That being said, best not to assume anything. Just try to keep an open mind. Grab any supplies you might need, and let's get going.
Pay attention to what Ranger Wilcox tells you.
It's really an honor to be able to...
Sweet home.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. You're good to go. All clear to land.
I hope you're having a good day.
Over here!
The Freestar Rangers. You have no idea how happy I am to see you.
I'm Ranger Emma Wilcox. My deputy and I are here to help. Now, tell us what happened.
I was out planting in the fields when I saw some men approaching. They looked like soldiers with uniforms and weapons and such. They wanted to buy the farm. Didn't even ask if it was for sale. Their offer was so low, I told them right where they could stick it. They said they'd give me time to think about it, but if I didn't change my mind, I was gonna regret it. Then they left. That's right. The uniforms looked like the ones worn by Freestar soldiers back during the war. They had a certain steel in their eyes. Like men who are used to violence. I was in fear for my life. Nothing I can think of, no. Truth is, we're in some hard times here. The last harvest was the worst we've had in a long time. Besides, it ain't like there's a lack of available land around here. There were 4, but when they were walking away, I heard them talking like there were others. Maybe there's more out there. Back behind the house, there's some canyons. They went that way. That place is dangerous. Steep slopes, narrow trails, rock slides, and all manner of hostile creatures, too. If you're going after those men, be careful. Oh, there's one other thing. They said they were the first. The first of what, I'm not sure. But there must be more of them coming.
Thank you, ma'am. That should be enough for us to find these men. All right, deputy. Keep that weapon handy and your eyes sharp. Since these guys don't know we're after them, they're probably not making an effort to hide their tracks. Now, let's go and check out those canyons. Boot tracks. Several pairs by the look. Not too old either. Let's head down. into the canyon and see if we can find more. Quiet out here. I like it. Nice change of pace from Aquila City.
Sightlines here are terrible. Anything could be ahead, or behind for that matter.
Love exploring and making maps. These canyons would have kept me busy for months. I'd have looked. Into every nook and cranny.
Reminds me of the time I was half out of my gourd in Hopetown.
Good eye, Deputy. Looks like we're heading in the right direction. Got a situation here!
Tough break, farmer. Hopefully whatever got them doesn't get us.
cover! Definitely passed this way. Let's just hope they're not perched up on these canyon walls, waiting to snipe at us. Shoot straight! Nice to get out under the sky for a spell. Being a mother means I don't get as much field work as I used to. You're a natural tracker.
Fun times ahead. Stay frosty.
You smell that? I'd bet my badge that's wood smoke from a campfire. They're close. Be ready.
We're gonna have some fun, if the Rangers get in our way. And here I was worried I wouldn't get to shoot anyone. Well now, look who's here. Ms. Wagner called in the cavalry. Except it ain't much of a cavalry. I suggest you turn around and walk away while you still can.
A firefight here could get messy. Some good old-fashioned talking might be the ticket.
Don't recognize the uniforms. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's like the Major said, everyone's conveniently forgotten. Forgotten our sacrifice. Forgotten how we were betrayed.
We'll make them all remember soon enough. I promise you that. Oh, it ain't exactly the farm that's special, but that ain't none of your business. Don't recognize the you? Guess I shouldn't be forgotten our... We'll make them all. You think you're in a position to make demands? Well, I've got news for you. All you're getting from me is a shallow grave. So, got any last words I should try to remember? Oh, I think it does. We've been found out! Don't let him leave here alive!
You hear me?
Get ready!
Take the good stuff. Leave the rest.
Damn, that was a lot rougher than I expected.
If I may. Ka-ching.
Are you okay? No way they're common thugs or hired muscle. The weapons, the training, the steel nerves. No, these guys were professionals. That badge with the number 1, I feel like I've seen that before, but it was a long time ago. Really? Guess you've led a pretty exciting life. Maybe the less I know about that, the better. Let's search the area. Maybe we can find something that explains what these guys were up to. Likewise.
Looks like things are going our way.
You handled yourself well. Find anything interesting? Let's see what we have here. Interesting. So, their ship was stolen from the Hope Tech factory. Whoever pulled that off must have been one hell of a shipjacker. Well, I guess someone really wants that farm bad. Speaking of which, let's get back there and let Miss Wagner know that she's safe. For now.
What's the news? What happened? Did you find those men? Well, it's good to see you're alright then. They must have been crazy or desperate, trying to take on the Freestar Rangers. So who were they? And why do they want my farm? Hope Tech? The cargo ship company? Sorry, I don't know anything about that. They say the Rangers always get their man, so to speak. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I can't thank you enough. I'd hate to be remembered as the wagoner who couldn't hold on to the farm that's been in the family for so long. Of course. All the same, I'm grateful.
If you have any more trouble, give us a call. We're in system, so it won't take long to get someone out here. All right, Deputy. Let's get back to the rock. We need to report this to the Marshal.
I think I set up an outpost on a planet like this once.
Got a freighter coming.
The ship that landed not too long ago? Sure is something.
Hey, Deputy. Hiya. That's it then?
Hey there, Deputy.
Better this than being some dust wrangler.
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagoner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagoners off their land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done. I agree. Until we see the whole picture, we won't know if Miss Wagner is truly safe. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm? If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm? Hope Tech ships ain't exactly cheap. That thief could probably tell us a lot about these men you ran into.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. They also said something about being forgotten. They seemed bitter about it, resentful. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? Any of that sound familiar?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nira. What was left of it, anyway. Hell, it's our only lead. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to. Good. The last thing I need is the Council breathing down my neck. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montera Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
No life signs nearby. Just another dead rock. Won't lie. My heart stopped for a beat when you passed out. I'm glad you're still with us.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
What are we building here?
I haven't picked up any kind of frequency or signal coming from it.
That doesn't mean much. This thing could be emitting something we can't even detect. As far as we know, we could be building a gigantic bomb that will blow up as soon as we finish it. Or maybe it's some kind of interstellar children's toy.
Why would either of those things give the Discoverer visions and music? It's a message. I'm sure of it.
We just have to hope that finding more of the pieces will give us some clue.
I hear that. Moving forward sometimes means fumbling around in the dark. I think Cora and I can use some downtime, but you let me know if you ever want to team up again. Oh, and since it tends to come up, me and my Rugrat co-pilot work as a team. That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship. Why not? What do you think, Cora?
It's really nice to have more company. New stories, new data.
What? Data? Alright. We're in. Let's see what the galaxy throws at us next.
Have any new books?
Nice to meet you.
You talk and get paid. You certainly get around. I'm surprised that branch has any customers left the number of times it's been held up. But I thought the Rangers had finally managed to get a handle on it. I heard there was a standoff. That true? I'd say I'm surprised, but this is my total lack of surprise face. What happened to the robbers? The Shaw gang? You did what? I mean, you're well spoken, but a hostage negotiator? I'll do some research and make sure that checks out. These things are often messy. Any customers or Galbank staff get hurt? That's really good news. Usually, well, it's a different kind of story. You were there. You were involved in resolving it. Any comment on the Freestar Rangers? Having another high-profile robbery in their own backyard is a bit of a black eye. Huh. That's really good to know. Stories like this always fire up public outrage and appetite. Thanks for the interview. And take this.
United Colonies space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Welcome to Gagarin.
Don't pretend to be mad at me. I know you aren't really.
Welcome to...
Alright, your ship need fuel? repairs? Anything I can help you with? Okay, no problem.
Mech construction is a dead industry, Chief Pretorius. Those jobs aren't coming back. But Reliant Medical, Archmite, and Satori Mills are dedicated to Gagarin. We were just hoping Gagarin could show the same dedication in return.
I'm not closing off the city every time you want to run a tour group through here.
Our investor visits are the key to making Gagarin a place. That works again. A place where people want to live again.
People are living here just fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have security work to get back to.
You're not on my calendar. Is this Archmite related? I'm on Gagarin to make money, not friends.
If you have any comments about this facility, please leave feedback in the inbox.
Welcome to Clint's. Whatever you need, I'm sure I've got it lying around somewhere. Except mech parts. Don't trade those anymore, so don't waste your time asking. If you need anything, just follow the sound of falling inventory. May not be the prettiest stock, but you can count on every piece.
I'd kill for a nice cold boom bomb right now.
Share the catwalks, all right? I don't want to have to fish anyone else out of the cage.
Trade in a little bit of everything. Plenty on offer.
Mars would be a whole lot better to visit if you could just bulldoze this place.
I'd hate to live my whole life in a bubble.
many places older than Akima. That's...
Did you find the book, Dragon Star Force Volume 1, The Heroes of the Dragon Star? Nice. Can't tell you how long I've been waiting to add this to my collection. Thanks again. I hope this makes it all worth it to you.
Captain! Over here. The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor. That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic, and at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If the stakes weren't so high, we wouldn't be asking. But, well, we're asking.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
We need to move. There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
It's never easy, you know. Making decisions that can end the lives of soldiers pledged to your cause.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Let's do it.
That's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up. Stand there. Good.
Officer, are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Welcome back to the pride and joy of the UC. Hello, New Atlantis. To the victor, it was the spoils. I said that right? I wonder what Jacob would think of a crow helping to save New Atlantis. Damn if I'm not proud of it, though.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant. Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated. Thank you, ma'am. Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this? Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored. Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
You've got the Cabinet to prevent more attacks.
I'm going to check in with Chief Engineer Ocardios.
Start to feel close towards the civil systems.
hard to keep up with all the work they're doing.
Hey.
Hello.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you touch on the spirit of it. So, you also know then that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done. It won't be.
Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun? The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
Well then, hope she's doing a good job.
Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval. It does, but there's a concern. We're not 100% sure Balmore's actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice. I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
I could really bend your ear when you got a moment. So how much of a thrill has it been traveling with the one and only last descendant of the great Solomon Coe? Is it everything you imagined? Yeah, but no autographs, okay? I gotta say, it's a relief being with you. So many people hear Coe and they expect me to pull some miracle out of a hat. Time has a way of just building on itself. Solomon was a good man. Great one, even. But if he ever heard all the bullshit being talked about him these days, he'd flat out deck him. I am. And I'm not. Yeah, there was a time, well before Cora, where it really weighed on me. Felt like every little thing I did or didn't do was a reflection on our great legacy. It's enough to drive you crazy. Now I just hope I can help Cora to... I don't know. Well then, Cora's gonna get a 5-star university education from me. For my father, Cora, and me, everything starts and ends with Solomon Coe. He looked out at the stars, and he dreamed a way to get there. Imagine being the first... And now... You say the damnedest? Well, I hope the comic book they make, the stuff they publish is just damn... That tree's as big as the rock.
Ah, well, isn't this a pleasant surprise? I hadn't expected to run into you again. Indeed I am. The success of my previous venture, with which you so kindly assisted, has been brought to the attention of Mast. There is growing concern. Oh my, a bit of an unintentional pun, isn't that? Well, concern that things are going to get worse. The data we gathered points to a definitive trend. The vibrations coming from this tree are increasing in strength and frequency. Because we've never seen this before, not on this scale, we have absolutely no idea what the upper limit is. We don't know when or even if this will stop. It's imperceptible by normal human standards now, but given time. While I hesitate to speculate on the possibilities, well, none of them are good. I am attempting to formulate one, yes. But until I have all of the relevant information, it is impossible to do so. There is data regarding other, younger members of the species. Unfortunately, there are some, shall we say, personal issues with acquiring it. Personnel issues, if you understand me. What? No, that is ridiculous. I am a professional. One of the other researchers in MAST, Emilio Hadek, has research I believe could be vital to my work here. He and I don't see eye to eye, and so far he's refused to turn it over to me. I'm hoping that if someone else were to ask, he might be more inclined to relinquish it. What do you say? Oh, thank you. Last I knew, he was on a field assignment somewhere near the outskirts of the city. Perhaps it's best if you don't mention my name in the process?
Ah, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale. The whole department, things can be replaced. Luckily, it's a lot of work. Well, see you later.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work. What? Oh.
After that
Sorry.
business with the Yep.
The Terramorph attack.
Security on site problem is... Thank you, Captain. Always let me know when the matter... See you later, Captain.
I'm surprised I have yet to see the inside of the security office. Here's hoping the streak continues.
Hell for a cup of coffee. Right.
There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint. The other, Hugo for excellent tipper, well. I assume that would... I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon.
My pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Full spacesuit.
Howdy. Oh, I can't believe that Octavio. That liar, that manipulator, that... Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter! It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants he left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us, then I went off! Please, I don't have time for this. Why the silence? Are you going to arrest me or not? Either say something or leave. He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return. I'm glad you could see reason. This ring is going to fund a very long vacation across the settled systems. Maybe I'll even take pictures.
Ranger?
That's convenient. Kila City could really use something like that.
I just don't think...
How can I help, Captain? Ah, perfect. Ugh. Really? Without saying names, there are some people in this city who treat us like their but you know how it goes. Here, take this.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Sorry.
If you have a news story for me? Really? A lot of people were... What was your role in that? Sounds like maybe you're being modest. The whole city is still on edge over the attack. What was it like in the That makes what you did even more. It sounds like New Atlantis. Heck, the whole... Any closing comments? That makes me feel better. Hey, Constellation, we use the word...
SSNN is supposed to be impartial, but I think the UC's got a finger on the scale there. Or a whole hand.
Hello.
Could you stand a little to the left? I think you're blocking my readings. Trees? I see what's going on here. You're working with Kelton, aren't you? Nice try, but it's not happening. No. No way. Kelton is actively ruining my career. There's no chance that I'm helping him with anything. Whatever this thing is... Yeah, that's all very touching. But cathartic or not, my career... he really... Maybe I can make this work. Okay, you know what? But I'm only going to do so after you've helped me secure a better... Wait, really? Wow. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure how far I'm willing to stick my neck out for a tree. If that makes me the asshole...
I've gotten a few bad performance evaluations in the last couple of years. Totally unjustified, incredibly unfair. I found a backdoor into the mass network so I could make some changes to my personnel file. But it turns out the only way to get access is from the terminal in her apartment. Sorry. There is. And from where I'm standing, kinda seems like it is. Hey, take it easy. Okay, look. Just hear me out, alright? I really need this to happen. If you do this for me, I can make it worth your while. You delete that data, I get promoted, I'm pulling in a bigger salary. I can compensate you. I'll throw in some extra credits for you, okay? A nice little bonus. But first... Oh, good. Listen, this will be good for the both.
Let that be the end of it. This whole thing is seriously testing my patience. If I have to come back here...
All right, I get it. Just get in, access her... Best of luck out there.
I'm not a fan of the UC, but this here... it's a little patch of heaven. let you go. Smugglers use walls. Looks like they're packing up their toys and going home. No fun.
Well, you're back. Oh no, don't start. I've had enough Barrett for one lifetime. I don't need the sequel showing up on my doorstep. More pirates showed up when you were gone. We weren't as lucky this time. Calvert, Troy, some of the new Dusties, they didn't make it. You're right. You tell yourself you got deadlines, that the credits are what matter. But it's people doing the job, not machines. You think if you're strict with them that they'll focus on the work. Give you a little Anyway, I was pinned down behind some... I started steeling myself to go out.
Barrett's fine. You might think he's just a wise ass, but...
Next thing I know, Tool drags him out. And that's when they brought out Hela. I didn't overhear everything, and that's the last... They could have grav-jumped it. You want to try it? Go ahead.
If we just had ourselves some good snow drifts, we could have a blast.
You want to try fixing that computer? Go ahead.
Trying to make out the grav jump calculations before we're out of range. Out of range of what? Out of range of the sensor array on Vectera. Would you keep up? Once we're outside the star system, the bandwidth goes from instant speed to effectively never. What good is sending a transmission down there? You gonna tell Lynn how royally screwed we both are? She doesn't even have a ship. You underestimate how many of my admirers there are in the galaxy, Heller. One of them is bound to show up, looking to reunite with this handsome face. We're doomed. Capital D, doomed. Got it, okay. Whoever finds this, I'm attaching the interstellar coordinates to the metadata on the transmission. Rescue us. Repeat, rescue us.
So, you actually get that computer working again? What? Let me see that. Okay. Be a while before Argo. And hey, if you ever need a little extra help... Seems like you've been keeping busy, Dusty. If, you find yourself in need of a capable traveling companion, my contract's up. Works for me. I'm not... Right. I'll get to work.
A brief history of time. If you find any addition... any at all, I will be your friend, like, forever.
procedure.
I'm not afraid to use this to defend my home and my family. But you sure as hell don't look like any spacer I've seen before. So let me get this straight. You heard a distress call and you flew all the way down here. What are you, some sort of priest or good Samaritan? I didn't know people like you were real, but I got a heap load of problems. And I'm willing to pay my share for the help. Couldn't we all, right? Used to be 4 families that list help set up stakes in this system. We rarely saw eye to eye in the best of times, and believe me, true, these ain't the best. Spacers started raiding, and it's been getting worse. Unless you're willing to help some. No arguments here. The Spacers have taken out the family's list. You fixed the Lopez satellite. It might be I'm getting caught up in the moment.
Hey, you picking up something?
dock at docking port 1.
Nice clean dock there.
Sam, last month, did you explore that system?
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander? Understood? If you'd follow me, please. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau Ceti. You've made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn, that must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Akande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Yes, what?
There you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC SysDev. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer. Excellent. Then let's get right to it, shall we? This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDev's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. You'd better hope so. Saoirse won't be easy to dupe. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence. I wouldn't expect it. Look, as an undercover operative for UC SysDev, allow yourself to stray too far off the path and use... That's what I want. Anyway, now, get... You have your orders.
Pardon?
All right, we don't have a... While you're working undercover, if you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, well, you better. I want data slates. For the sake of the settled systems, that minor skirm, if you've seen one. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you... Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you... It's not generous, it's... All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. Or also, we've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to... That should do it. You're just... We'll be here if you need us.
You can feel the age and history here.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect on some people. Make sure to get yourself help before it becomes a problem.
People always ask me what I think about mining. It rocks.
Take it. Hey, welcome to the Sidonia. Cool. That's what we do here. Yo, stay good out there.
These damned New Atlantis terramorphs have thrown my shipping schedule into chaos.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Oct. Wouldn't be the first. Oh, don't give me that look. I'm just having a laugh. What have you got for me? Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you...
The Trade Authority turning down contraband. Well, if that doesn't take the cake.
All I'm going to point at is the ceiling, with my middle finger. Get that stuff out of here before... Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well... You got a point there, love. All right, I'll take a chance.
My faith in the seedy underbelly of the settled systems is restored.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing...
The galaxy's too big to be stuck in the same place.
Yeah, how's it going? Can I help you? Sounds like a plan. Yeah, let's get you hooked up. See you around.
Haven't you asked me enough questions already? Look, I told you everything I know. Adler's your man. So why are you still here? Been a real treat, let me tell you.
Unless you're here to serve me. Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think it... okay. Okay. Yeah. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to... Right down to business! And...
This whole thing's giving me the worst sort of days.
If you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell. Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with him. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos. Don't worry, you can't...
I'm off on an adventure.
What now?
Right, Gumdrop? We're home.
Welcome to Deimos Star Yard. If you have business, feel free to dock.
venture into space.
I wish Deimos was...
If it weren't for Deimos, the Freestar Collective would be safe and secure. They make a hell of a warship.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories.
The United Colonies and Deimos.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan. Your ship's cargo. And we're done. Welcome to Mars.
Be careful down near the mine. Enter any...
Never forget, there's nothing humanity can't accomplish this side.
Hi, welcome to James. So don't... I apologize if I'm a little distracted. You have no idea. But unless... See, I can't find anyone willing. Really? I'll try to compensate. The last signal, and try... I can't imagine what Eric's going through right. Sure thing. Good luck out there.
This is right where I belong. Wish my family was there.
Something I can help you with? Adler Kemp. Who the heck is that? Adler, you said? Nope. I think you have me mixed up with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Hey now. Take it easy there. Let me think about that person you mentioned. Adler, was it? Hmm? Oh! Wait! You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Hmm? Sound good? Yeah? Come on! Give me a break! What the... Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone.
you know? Right?
It's funny how whenever someone's there to collect the debt, everyone's as poor as a list dirt farmer.
I'm a miner for Deimos. Yeah. Hey. Just because things are tough, and Adler doesn't get to judge. What games? What? Oh my god. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt.
I must confess, the hum of a grav drive makes me feel alive.
Something for me? There, would you look at that? He going to be a problem anymore? Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. You know, if you like this kind of work, you think you can handle running with... That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva Mora. She's second to them. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too.
When's your next?
Wow. Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. We'll see. When the waters get deep, it's sink or swim. So, before I put you to work, let's get everything out in the open. I don't know if Adler mentioned it, and for his sake, I hope he hasn't. But you aren't about to sign up with any average pirate crew. You're signing up with the Crimson Fleet. That's if you get through this little task I have planned for you. There's a medical supply ship called the Ragana, jumping into Enceladus's orbit. On board that ship, you'll find a traitor named Austin Rake. I want him dead. It's done when Rake stops breathing. Head back here when you're finished. And don't keep me waiting for long.
not have choice, do I? Okay, docking bay is open. Let's talk.
Airlock integrity looks good.
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship. If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin? Do I have a choice? It does not appear you do. Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
I thought we were dead. I can't believe it.
Be careful around the fleet. They talk about family, but it's just a bunch of crap.
Thank you for letting us go.
This unpleasantness aside.
Hey! How are you? Can I help?
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Rook, wanna help me with some target practice?
Grandfather's toast.
Haven't you ever considered how she feels about all this?
We both want the same thing, Sam. We want her to remain safe.
The only way I can be sure Cora's gonna be safe is if she
Thanks
stays
for the help
with
with
me.
the Cliptic. I had it under control.
I'm not changing my
Definitely
mind.
went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. Huh. No kidding. That'll make Delgado happy, seeing as our hands are clean. I would have preferred if you hadn't left witnesses behind, but at least you got the job done. Anyway, you wanted into the Crimson Fleet? Well, you're in. Yep, it's that simple. Hope this business with Rakes taught you something. Because I'm about to stick my neck out and vouch for you. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm gonna send someone after you. We clear? Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole about 6. Now that you know the deed, I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Head out there as soon as you can.
That wasn't exactly an easy initiation, but at least they trust us.
Welcome back, Agent. You're clear to dock at docking port 1.
Lack of love.
I think I have some outstanding part. Can we talk?
Follow me. I had a friend.
Sorry, I plain forgot what that girl. I mean, I love her more than that's Cora to a T. I mean, this is between... I don't know if I mentioned, but I had a partner. It wasn't always like it. Hell, when Cora was born, I was for the first few months. But one late night... Yeah, sure don't feel it. And it's something you said, now that Cora's getting old. I try to be better for... That's really... I know it seems crazy. Her mother, and what, have her raised... You think? And if she just learned...
Yes?
Most of our operations team are at the top of the...
We got the message from the Ragana about Austin Rick. Suffice to say, that's a smart line to follow. Part of this role you're playing means just remember not to lose yourself.
I hate to say it. Sometimes folks gotta die.
Oh, one more thing before we move on. For transparency's sake, you should know there was concern after what happened with the Ragana that you might have trouble coming to her rescue. Ah, so I take it you have good news. Then it worked. Now it's time for the next
Our intel on Searsha was correct. After we received reports on your interaction with Adler Kemp, we picked up on your rendezvous with Neve.
Our files indicate she's second in command, so get it. Yes, you pass your... But before we get too confident, that either me... Just remember...
And their ruthlessness is only surpassed. You should proceed with caution, regardless of how...
So what's next for you on... Excellent.
Delgado is the leader of the... You'll want to know the individual...
No one said there was gonna...
I assure you, there is only information. In any case, we will shadow you. This will also give us...
Sir, on that note, shall we begin?
Immediately, Lieutenant. Note, I hope your entry into the... Keep up the good work.